My next guest is coming off a huge win last weekend over Thiago Santos, getting it done by knockout. Of course, it's Jamahal Hill joining us here on the program. Jamahal, how are you?
What's going on? I'm good, James. How you doing?
Doing great. Not as good as you, though. Tell me about the sub you just ate before you hopped on here. There's like a mom and pop, like local spot you like there in Michigan.
Well, it's not exactly like mom and pop, but it's like that's the only place I've seen it is like here. It might be. It's called Boardwalk Subs.
Yeah.
It's good.
And
It's
you gave
really
it a
good.
10 out of 10, which I was pretty surprised. I mean,
You gotta get it rogue.
that's a bold prediction, so I like it.
Yeah. They call it rogue. So they take the bread, they'll take the sub, they'll cut it in half, they'll flip it inside out, and they'll put like some oil and like some seasonings on it, and they'll toast it that way. So the bread's really good.
Sounds delicious. Before we get into your fight, we actually have a bit of breaking news here. Ariel Helwani reporting that Yuri Prochazka, Glover Teixeira, very close, in quotes, to headlining or at least being a part of UFC 282 on December 10th. Just your reaction to hearing that news.
December 10th. Fuck. I mean, it's what we expected, but damn, December? Like December?
Yep, December 10th.
A whole year fighting the same fucking person? Yeah, that kind of, yeah. Yeah. I want. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with Glover getting the rematch. I wanted Glover to get the rematch, but I thought they would have at least got it out of the way by like the fall or some shit.
Right.
Like December 10th. That's what.
It's a couple. Yeah, I mean we're in August right now, so it's a couple months away. Yeah.
It's like 4 months ago. That's like 4 months. When did they fight? They fought in May, right?
Yeah.
So they fought 3 months ago, and now you need a 4-month camp. Come on, bro. Now when it comes to shit like that, that is when immediately rematches start to become a problem. You know what I mean? Especially when you only had one and you lost in your first defense. That's when those start to become a problem. Because now, what about the rest of the division? You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here now. Now at 6. Now sitting at 6. Now I have to just sit here pretty much or fight behind me, which I'm supposed to just fight behind me multiple times. Yeah, that's irritating. That's fucking irritating. Whatever.
No, understandable. Yeah, and actually that fight was in June, by the way, not May. But again, like you mentioned, it's weird they're maybe not doing it a little bit sooner. Maybe because the cards are filled up. I'm not sure. That might be why, or who knows what the reason was. There was also a note here saying there was a strong push for UFC 283 in Brazil, but Yuri did not want that. So this is actually, apparently they were trying to target it for later because of the fact that UFC 283, I think, is next year, not this year.
Whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. Well, on a lighter note, hearing that, is Jan Blachowicz the top of the list now? Would that be the opponent you're sort of looking at next? Or, again, I know this is all fresh news here, but what would be sort of the pecking order? Or would you just want to wait and fight the winner?
It looks like Jan and Magomed are going to be on. Don't be wrong. I want the title shot. I just put my name out there to let them know I'm ready. And that's what my aspirations are. Do I think that's what I'm going to get right now? No. I see the line. I see where it's at. That's why that date, December, pisses me off. Because I know, and now we know the rematch is happening. But I also know that Magomed's got first crack at Jan. And the winner of that has the first crack at whoever wins that fight. And so I'll have to win another fight. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then when is that going to be? The end of next year? Yeah, that's irritating.
With all that said, do you think now Aleksandar Rakic might be the next opponent? I know he's recovering from his injury. Is that a fight that would interest you? Again, nothing's 100% confirmed here, but just sort of playing matchmaker here for the second.
Like, how long am I supposed to wait, bro? Rakic tore his ACL and his MCL.
Yeah,
that just even bringing like just even that just makes no sense to me. The Rakic thing makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah,
right now because he's hurt. If he wasn't hurt, cool, but he is. He blew his AC. He tore his ACL. It's probably going to be a year before he comes back in. He's not going to be back this year. I plan on fighting again this year. Right. I'm not like unlike I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to say nothing as far as. I mean, because I don't know how people are getting off fights, but like, bro, like I only fought. I'm fighting. Only reason why I was 6 months off is because I didn't have a choice. It wasn't nothing. It was out of my control. But I know I'm trying to fight as soon as possible, bro. So for people to be turning dates down and pushing dates back and shit, like, come on, bro. Get in here and run these fades, man. One trend that's gotten annoying as shit. Like some of my favorite fighters, like I be forgetting about some of these dudes just because they take so long before these dudes fight. Before they fight. Like, bro, you gonna fight, bro. Fuck.
Jan and Ankalaev do end up fighting. Would you sort of wait on standby just in case there's an injury there? Because you mentioned you wanted to fight, or would you just look at another opponent just to make sure you do have a fight secured?
I want to make money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll have to see, bro.
Yeah. Again, I know this is all fresh and again, not 100% confirmed. Let's talk about the fight though, man. That was an amazing performance. I know you expected to finish Santos. Did you expect to finish him that late in the fight, or what was sort of your anticipation going in as far as how you thought the fight would play out?
I just expect them to break at some point. You know, it's what I do. I come forward. I put a lot of pressure on people. I put a lot of punishment on people. And it's like I said before, it's up to him how much he takes, how much he's willing to take whenever he's willing to. I'm just going to keep dishing it. And that's what I did.
Was there anything about him that surprised you in the fight?
Yeah. He was fast. He was quicker. He was a lot quicker than I thought. I learned that the wildness and things that seems like it's untechnical is actually controlled chaos. Those punches. I mean, he actually intentionally is not throwing technical punches. He throws them looping like that so they come hard and they come fast and you can't see them. Some of those hooks were hard to see. You know, yeah, bro. He was good. He was smart. He was a veteran.
I know you get paid the same regardless of how long or how short the fight goes. I know you probably would have liked to go out there and get it done quickly, but do you feel good about the fact that you got to showcase a lot of things in this fight? You know, a lot of your fights are very short. This was a longer fight. We saw some good takedown defense. We saw you take a few shots as well. And you know, again, the cardio, I think that was a question as well for some people because most of your fights end early. Are you kind of glad that you got to showcase all that in the fight?
Not really, because I like to keep my you know what I mean, my car. I like to hold my cars close to the chest, but at the same time, yeah, for entertainment, dude. Like people got to see, like, but people really say like, oh, such a knock you out, such a knock you out, bro. It's not, it's not easy to catch me to be able to knock me out. Then even if you do catch me, it's not easy to knock me out. You know, I was never rocked in that fight. I was never hurt in that fight. You know, the only times that I did back up was the understanding of what happens in a fight. You know what I mean? So, like people looked at the cardio. I was actually gonna make a video and address that because the main thing I keep hearing is like, "Oh, he needs to work on his cardio. His cardio is bad. He needs to work on his cardio." Like, bro. So it made me do something. It made me go back and look at because the work is there. Everybody in the top 5, short of the champ, everybody in the top 5 has fought Thiago Santos. So I went and had a look at that. People are saying that I need to work on my cardio. My cardio needs to get up because like it doesn't measure up to the top 5. What did you make of that?
I mean, I think the whole cardio argument is kind of silly. We had this whole thing with Amanda Nunes, people saying Amanda Nunes has bad cardio, but she's won a number of 5-round fights, including the rematch against Pena. And I didn't think it was a cardio issue with her. I thought it was something else in that first fight with Pena. So I don't buy the cardio issue. To me is like, if you're still able to finish the fight late, I don't think you have bad cardio. I just don't agree with people like that.
Yeah, bro. That was it was strange that they said that because like then they like, oh, Magomed or Jan would take advantage. First off, all right, let's address the whole Jan thing right now. All right, they need to, bro. People need to shut the fuck up about this whole. Oh, Jan is this. He's not on Jan's level. Jan will take it, bro. Jan fucking lost to Santos. Santos knocked him the fuck out, and if I'm not mistaken, he was losing that fight. Thiago Santos knocked him out. 3 fucking years ago. It's not that long ago. Knocked out sleeping. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? So he never fought him again after that. He went on. He beat who did he beat Corey Anderson, no longer in the UFC. He beat Dominick Reyes coming off a loss. That's how he became champion. And then his only title defense was against the smallest fucking 205er that you could possibly fight. Just because he was the champion in a smaller weight class. You didn't go out and just, put on a dazzling performance and beat him up. He laid on him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I respect Jan. Jan is a credible threat. He's definitely one of the best in the world. But whenever you talking about comparing myself to anybody, bro, I compare to any fucking body. And if you got, it could be something can be said about anybody.
Who's saying this though? I mean, that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of people with bad takes, and that
the analyst that said it was that one dude from MMA Junkie. I seen one of his little videos. He says it like, I don't think he's ready for the top 5. These guys, and he really said Jan, bro. Like Jan ain't been getting knocked the fuck out his whole career.
Yeah.
He's been knocked out multiple times. But y'all act like this dude's chin is just go. But what happened? The same dude punched me in the same spot. What happened? I looked at him, gave him one of mine, and he ran from mine.
Hey, listen, you bring up a good point. I'm not going to argue with you about that because here's the thing.
I'm just speaking passionately, bro.
No. I love it. Hey, I love it. Here's my thing too, and I talked about this on Saturday. Like, you're the only guy who's knocked out Santos at 205. That in itself is something that a lot of people have not done. They've gone to, even Ankalaev. You went to the scorecards with Santos. You actually ended up finishing him. So to me, that's where this win is so significant, right. Jamahal. It's not even about when you finish the fight. It's the fact you did finish him, because you know, I know he's been knocked out at 85, but I think a lot of that was the cut. But the fact that you knocked him out, I think was great.
Yeah, and everybody got his, he's not the same Santos. He's not the same Santos. He didn't fight like that Santos that fought against Ankalaev. Magomed. I didn't give him a choice.
Yeah. No, I know.
And that also goes to speak to them. People talk about Santos. You put him in there with Magomed. It was one of the worst fucking main events ever. You put him in there with Johnny Walker, one of the worst fucking main events ever. You put him in there with Rakic, one of the worst fucking fights ever. You put him in there with me, fight of the night, on a legendary card, on a historical card. He got fight of the night against me. That's the difference. I bring the entertainment. I bring the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They sit back. They just sit back. Magomed is, bro, I don't care what nobody say. And Magomed is good. You know what I mean? I gave enough props, bro. Now I'm going to talk my shit. Magomed is good. Bro, he's boring as fuck. He don't do shit. He literally sits back and he throws one or two shots, waits, and then if you get too close, he tries to grab you. He's not looking to finish you. He's not looking to beat you up. The only time he got aggressive is when Anthony Smith broke his fucking leg. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to hear none of that shit. I'm the only one that went out there and risked something for the entertainment. Because in my mind, I'm thinking I promised an entertainment fight. I wasn't gonna let him make this a snooze fest. I based my name on that shit, and I went out there and put my shit on the line and made it happen. Sore as shit, all of that. I went through the fire. None of them was willing to do that. But everybody seems to have so much more love for these dudes.
You talked about it there. Both Jan and Ankalaev won via injury, right? They didn't, I mean, it was kind of weird what happened. And I know that's not their fault. The fighter gets injured, but still you got a decisive finish. So I would think that holds some weight, because I know you mentioned you think that Jan and Magomed Ankalaev's next, but maybe you get one of those opponents because you did finish your fight.
We're going to have to see. Mm-hmm. But I know how people looking at it. You know, those guys are also foreign fighters. They come from countries that bring another market, as well as they have a market value here. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can touch in any market, bro. I identify with anybody because I'm a people person. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, bro, it's crazy. And back on the cardio thing, like I said, I went back and looked at the numbers. You realize against Santos, I landed more strikes than everybody that had previously fought him, even through, other than Glover. And that includes John Jones.
Yeah, I know. Speaks for itself, man.
More strikes than he threw.
Yeah. The facts are there, like you mentioned, right? So I don't think anyone can dispute that.
Cardio. And not only that, I threw more. I landed more. I landed more than double the shots. I threw like more than double, triple the amount of strikes that they did, while defending 20 takedowns.
You don't need to convince me here. I know what you're saying to the people out there, to the critics.
You already know, bro. I already know. You know the vibes. That's why we having this talk.
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate it, man. Would you want to fight on that December card? Like, if you have to fight someone else, like, again, nothing's set in stone here, but would December be good time for you to get back in there, or would you want to fight sooner than that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. December's a good time. November would be all right too. You know, but it's just like, yeah, but it's just difficult. Like, who do I gotta? But who is there for me? You know what I mean? I could fight behind me, but what's the point?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I know.
saying?
It's a tough spot. Yeah,
I mean,
with everything.
obviously to stay active. You know what I mean? But
Mm.
at the same time, the fight still should still make sense to me. You know what I mean? I would have loved, bro. And this is why I wanted Paul Craig to win so bad. I wanted Paul Craig to beat Ozdemir so bad. Cause then now I have a fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now I have a fight. That would have been a great. This right now with everything that's happening at that time. All right, that would have been a perfect time to settle that score.
Well,
Yeah.
at the time we're recording this, actually, Dominick Reyes put something on his Instagram. He says, "My next opponent's name does not start with A or J." So I think some people feel like it could either be Paul Craig or it could be Ryan Spann. What do you think of that?
I think it's good. I think either one of them are good for Reyes. I want Reyes built back up. I mean, I just talked about this in the interview not that long ago. I want Reyes built back up. You know, there are very few fights. There are very few fights for me that I see that are like money fights. Like people were clamoring for the Magomed fight. Why would I fight Magomed right now? You know what I mean? It makes absolutely no sense. So then I get to so if I fight all these dudes right now, when I get to the champion, where my numbers gonna come from? Where my pay-per-views coming? Where's my money coming? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's got to make sense
So,
financially. I see what you mean.
real talk, because right now, me and Magomed aren't getting a aren't headlining the pay-per-view. Right now, me and Paul Craig aren't headlining the pay-per-view. Me and Paul Craig right now with his last performance. I mean, you know how I feel about the Bear Jew, but his last performance, we probably not even getting a main event. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to figure like at the same time. Don't get me wrong. I don't have control of it, but at the same time, I can still navigate and pick and choose where the best time is for me to fight certain. You know what I mean, somebody for me to get paid. I mean, that's why up until this point, it's been whatever, whoever.
And we talked about it earlier. Again, not 100% official, but if Yuri and Glover do rematch, how does that rematch play out?
I don't know. I don't think it goes like the first one because I think Yuri's gonna play it a lot more cautious. But either Glover wins it, gets a hold of him and finish him, or Yuri knocks him out.
Gun to your head, though, who wins?
Mm.
$500. I give you $500. It's my money, not your money.
I'll probably put it on Glover.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that. Okay. Two more quick questions, then we'll get out of here. You mentioned there, you were telling me that you're going to, obviously, to San Diego. You were telling me this off air to go for the card this week for Angela Hill. I know there was something on Instagram. I could be wrong about this, but wasn't there like a running joke that like people thought you two were related because you both have the Hill last name?
Yeah. Yeah, and we call each other cuz.
Yeah. Where did that even start? Was it just fans like thinking that? Like,
yeah, people were asking because remember when I made my debut, we were on the same card in Raleigh.
yeah,
People were
that's
like,
right.
I wonder if they're related. I wonder if they were related. And then when I seen her, I was like, cousin. So he just been like that since ever since.
That makes sense. I saw you on Ashley Evan Smith's podcast, Sex and Violence. How was that? Getting to open up a little bit. I know, again, you're an open book, but obviously that podcast gets pretty personal. What was it like going on there? What was the feedback like?
It was smooth. I ain't really heard too much feedback on it, but it was smooth. We talked about some things.
Yeah, it was funny. I like the story about taping over, you're trying to get the, what was it? You were taping over some adult films or something?
Yeah, my first porno.
You mentioned traveling. What else you got planned for next week? I'm sure you're back to training, but what are you going to, be up to next week?
Just healing up, I might have some appearances and things like that. Still working on that. And yeah, just healing up, enjoying the time.
And I'll let you enjoy I was going to say, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of your lunch, Jamal. Thanks so much for the time, man. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors or any social media you want to plug, your TikTok, which by the way, you're killing it. Just remind people where they can find all that.
You can find me on Instagram at sweet_dreams_J Hill. TikTok and my TikTok and my Twitter is Jamahal H. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor at Lizard Lick Apparel. My partners over at Grind Hard USA and Next Day Construction. Shout out. Appreciate y'all.
All right, man.
Oh, Sonny's. And if y'all need some shoes, y'all need some kicks, y'all in Michigan, you in the Detroit or the Grand Rapids area, check out Sonny's, man.